Soul. Now, the principle of life, feeling, thought, and action in humans, regarded as a distinct entity separate from the body. Philanthropy. Now, altruistic concern for human welfare and development. If you believe you are too small to make a difference, you haven't yet spent the night with the mosquito. African proverb. Awe-inspiring collectives can be found in the tiniest corners or the widest corridors of nature. Little things like our neurons, insects, birds like starlings blanketing the sky. To live, thrive, to have enough, maybe to distribute in spite of inhibited acquisition, inflating new ideas with pressed upon lungs, lifting upon air currents with seemingly clipped wings, manifesting this philanthropic soul. We've always built the boots and the straps and the sinew tensed for pulling. We've always responded to struggle with familiar capability, an extra ladle dished onto an unplanned plate, an extra blanket on a bed laced foot to head to foot with cousins. Giving first, always giving. Consistent, solemn promises to never stand idle in the face of our brethren's need, in the face of our sistren's loss, in the face of vicious threats. This active work to inhibit our vision, machines reading biometrics as though a computer camera could recognize our flesh more clearly than a neighbor's caring eye. This narrative of destitution, endless and monolithic and almost always inaccurately reported. I have never met a welfare queen. I have met many families in need. Of course, currency is a limited tool. Truthfully, the weakest resource we own. It cannot respond and understand the way a heart might. It does not plan and engage the way a mind might. Capitally seems to allow mastery of life experience, but experience was not always currency's pet. Once it roamed unbridled in the countenance of tribes and colonies, general understanding and acceptance of our inherent value. How does humanity's value save itself from the maw of industrial greed? How do we fly free without risking ourselves prey in these schools, in swarms, in herds and flocks? We could be the murmuration of the starling, each winged partner coordinating with its most immediate 7 counterparts, creating a pulsing cloud of iridescent black, a visual spectacle of thousands sweeping, pulling, dipping, redoubling, this phenomenon actually born an illustrious dance of defense. No scientist able to pinpoint how such vast flocks maneuver with complete cohesion. Infinite lives spared through responding to neighbors with speed, grace, and accuracy. No single fowl leading the flock. All movements governed collectively, maintaining motion so fluid it makes the blood in our human veins ache and race with wonder. This intimacy with wind currents, this result of countless butterfly effects crashing over each other's inevitability, tidal wave tendencies, tipping points defying gravity, organizing for the sake of survival. Beautiful causation in response to considerable peril, not just our capability, but our responsibility. One might think that it does not matter the pieces, but every finger and feather and wing and buck and prayer is essential. It is conceived that in this wild wilderness of a world, possibly only the largest, most aggressive entities are allowed to procure safety. But the numbers we might find our strength in are endless, and brilliantly adept at converting horizons into sweeping vistas of change when our little pieces find their perfect places. We create a mosaic, pulsing skybound, building 2020 our vision, navigating altruistic currents past the jaded and antiquated naysayers and back into the very capable arms of our